What's going on, guys? King Schratz here, back in another video on the channel, and today we had to go to one of our favorite late night spots because I just got out of the movies and it's really late, not a lot of things open. So Wawa got what I am now calling the SchratzSub because I get it every single time I go to Wawa, along with the Italian sandwich, which is one of my favorites, and my soup. So this is like the Schratz Wawa meal if you want to keep it a buck, but the SchratzSub is what I am now calling this thing. I'm not looking for anybody else to trademark it or anything like that, but I just get it every time. So I caught myself saying it after I left the theater. Also got me a bag of the spicy nacho. I wanted to go different from the purple bag, so I went with the this is like maroon kind of, if you ask me. Also got my Scream commemorative cup. Cost me like $12 for a cup, but I get them every time. It is what it is. And then I also got me a Scream 6 poster because I saw it in the theaters today. I'm not sure if this is a new flavor of Coca-Cola, but we're gonna try that. And that is what's on the lineup today. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the movie, but I just want to chill and chop it up. You know, it's late, and I thought that I just wanted to do something. My receipt fell on the ground, trying to pick. Of course, as always, I always want to check in, show you what I'm eating. I like Wawa a lot now, man. I don't know what it is, but recently, since I just had the SchratzSub, it's kind of just been like my late night spot to go to, because it's 24 hours, so it's always open. But if you don't know what the SchratzSub is, if you're new to the channel, hello, nice to see you. But this thing was so fat, I watched her try to put the chicken strips in it. That's what's on here. She couldn't even get it, so it's gonna fall apart when I take it out of here. But it's still, you love to see it. So let me take out the SchratzSub real quick. Let me put this down. Okay, so peep game. You don't know what it is? Let me show you. I've gotten this the last 2 times. There's a few variations, but it's pretty much the same. But we do have the SchratzSub. What that is, we got some chicken strips on a classic roll, and this time I changed the sauce up. So I got a honey hot sauce, as well as the garlic aioli, the cherry pepper relish, which I get every time, on pepper jack cheese with pepperoni, salt, pepper, oregano, grated parm, and tomatoes. Toasted. Can you remember all that? Because I feel like some people actually stitched me in videos where they tried it and the sandwich wasn't right. I looked at it, I said, this isn't the same sandwich. So that's the sandwich, okay? If you need to, screenshot this right here, and that's the whole sandwich. Don't come over here and tell my sandwich is mid and you didn't get the right sandwich. Also, if you have a problem with Wawa, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, bro. 2 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock, like this is a late night type of stuff. Like, it's not the same as going to a restaurant middle of the day. So if you can get this 3 o'clock in the morning, you don't think this is good? I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, let's get the SchratzSub going. How is that mid? Nah. I don't like this Wawa flavor some of y'all got. Not me, bro. That hot honey sauce added a little something to it. Garlic aioli is so on point. I don't know about y'all's Wawa, because some people say their Wawa, the chicken strips are soggy, but mine are not. They're crunchy. Like, they're crispy. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't get it. Pepperoni adds a little something nice. Pepper jack for a little bit of spice. The pepper relish, you gotta get it. Toasted bun. And a little bit of that pepperoni. Add Doritos to it. I don't know what y'all saying. Yeah. Also, got the Sprite. 0 sugar. My favorite soda. That's the numero uno right there. You want these? And come back in. If you think that sandwich is mid, just call me to my Wawa. It's not. At all. That's a 9.5 sandwich, bro. On a chain sandwich scale, ain't much better than that. Also, got me a toasted Italian with extra meat. It's upside down. So here we go. My tomatoes fell out though. So extra meat. Got the toasted Italian. You don't have to say what's on it. You just click it. It says Italian. Tomatoes, salt, pepper, oregano, oil, vinegar. Right? Nothing too crazy. And of course, you got to get the cherry pepper or the hot pepper relish. It goes on everything. You have to get that on the sandwiches. I'm telling you, it's a very, very, very important thing. But look at this. Look at this. Look at this side profile. Extra meat. I don't like this Wawa slender. I'm here for it. Off my face. Also, you ever shopped at Wawa, when you get to the kiosk where you make your sandwich, you can put all the stuff you want on it, right? They always give you little options. They be like, yo, you want a soup with this? I say, yeah. For my corn chowder. That's what you see right here. One of my favorite soups. I get it pretty much every time I go to Wawa. My second sandwich, they said, do you want a soup? I said, no, I don't want a soup. I didn't want no soup. That's not soup. That's how they got me. I said, no. The next thing said, you want some meatballs? Like, why would you do that? I almost missed my own mouth. Why not? Did I pay $5 for some Subway meatballs in a cup? Yeah. I did. Is that upsetting? No. I'll figure something out with them. It might go on one of these sandwiches. I don't know. To me, I love Wawa. There are some people that really don't like it, but I don't know. I just... Corn chowder, though. Look at this corn chowder. This is hot. I can see the steam. That's perfect. That's perfect. I always try to keep my expectations on point. For what you pay, at the time of night I get it. It hits, man. But I'll be honest. I don't think I've ever eaten a Wawa sub before midnight. I don't. Maybe it tastes different. But I've eaten it past midnight. And it hits. Did I drop a tomato in here? I think I did. But anyway. Spoiler free. I saw Scream 6. The turnout was nice. Theater was packed, which is cool with me. But I had to go to a later show because I didn't get out of work on time. Is the movie worth seeing? For anyone who's a fan of the movie, the longer you've been a fan, the more you'll appreciate it. If that makes sense. Was it a great movie? No. Was it a good movie? Yes. For me, Scream at this point, it's pretty much, you know what you're getting. It's almost like they plagiarize from their own movies. Scream is very meta. It makes fun of itself. That's something you know is going to happen in every Scream. But it just seems like they just tried to shuffle a few things around and said, okay, here's another movie. I still thought it was entertaining. I do like a lot of the cast. They brought back some of the cast members. You can see this stuff in the preview, so it's not like any spoilers. But in the beginning of the movie, you feel like you're going to get something that goes in a totally different direction for how it starts out. Then when you start to get into the movie, it goes right back to what it used to. It was like, they were like, okay, we're going to make this uncomfortable. And they were like, no, go back. And they went back to just whatever makes them comfortable. And as a person who, I've seen every Scream in theater since Scream 2. Scream 5 doesn't count because it was released on Paramount Plus, but you understand what I'm saying. I know somebody's going to do that, but what I'm saying is it goes back that far for me, where you can go back forever. It's very formulaic, even though it's a smart movie, in my opinion. They don't move from that formula. And you'll notice, if you're a fan of the series, that it's like okay. Like, if I said land on this Dorito, and that's where they normally land, right? They, like, landed here. it's like, it's still really close, but they changed some stuff around. So you're like, oh, some people are like, oh, it's brilliant. Not to me. They changed a little bit to make it kind of different, but not that much. So, if you are a fan of the series, you'll still enjoy it, but don't expect too much of a difference. So the more you know about the series, the more you'll appreciate it. But I'll be honest with you. This new era of movies, like, probably from like, maybe Spider-Man, the last one, they gotta chill with the fan service. It's too much now. We get it. Like, you did a movie like this before, and you're trying to show people like, oh, remember this? But it's just getting to be too much for me. A lot of these movies now, it's almost like they're not even trying to hide the fact they're trying to sell tickets. That's what it comes off to me as a little bit. And this isn't disrespect to any of the actors or anything. It just feels that way. Where you either watch a movie where there's a million cameos, or you watch a movie where they, like, if it's a sequel, they just keep giving nods to all the other ones. And in this movie, there's a nod to everything in Scream, ever. Like, everything. Like, it's way too much fan service for me. But even with that, I still enjoyed it a lot. But it's been few and far between that there's been movies now that I've had to rewatch, you know? Even though it's a good movie, I probably won't watch it again. I didn't watch the last Scream again. In my opinion, and I don't know who agrees with me or not agrees with me, when it comes to Scream, there's only one truly elite Scream, and it's the first one. The rest of them, just, it's the same movie over and over again to me. They just changed like a couple of things. And at this point, I ain't touched these meatballs, bro. I'm gonna get one of these real quick. These ain't really that good, but I'm still gonna eat it. It's better than Subway. I'm be honest with you. No, that's not me just throwing shade at Subway. It is me throwing shade at Subway, but not on purpose. It only placed, you know. It is better than Subway, let me tell you. I can't even get, look at these big old balls. Pause. I can't even, what do I do with this? I'm just going. Better than nothing. But yeah. There's only been like maybe 3 movies that come out in the last year and a half that I've watched multiple times. The rest of them, I watch it once in the theaters and I never touch it again. And I just feel like at this point, everything in Hollywood are sequels, remakes, reboots, unoriginal ideas. It's very rare now that you find a movie where it's like an original plot and everything else. With that being said, I'm still finna go to movies every week. Got John Wick coming soon, y'all. I'm going. Am I going to see Shazam? Yeah. Okay. I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is recording, but I just tried this and I didn't see the red dot, but then it was recorded. I'm not really sure. So if it wasn't, just pretend I took a sip real quick. What I was going to say before I thought this has a very strawberry vanilla flavor, so I think that's what the flavor is. It's actually kind of pleasant. The problem to me is just this. Coca-Cola is such a distinct flavor that I just feel like it doesn't really mix with a lot of flavors. I would like something a little more subtle than Coca-Cola to mix with, or just have strawberry vanilla. But the cola taste to me, I don't really drink a lot of cola. I like other stuff when it comes to soda. You might like this, but personally, I would have liked it better in like a Sprite. Everything's better with Sprite. And I can say that because it's the same company. So for me, this probably gets a 7. People might rank it higher, but the Coca-Cola is too overpowering. But the strawberry vanilla aspect that I'm getting, enjoyable. But yeah. Overall, It's worth the price of admission, though. If you don't mind spending $800. If you have an AMC pass like me, for sure. If you're a fan of Scream, for sure. If you're on the fence and you don't really know if you like Scream, no. I hope that makes sense. Wait for it to come straight to video. If you like the Scream that's on Paramount Plus right now, which is Scream 5, I believe, and you watch that and you find it enjoyable, largely the same cast. So, I would see if I like that one. The other thing I'll say about the movie before I go is this. Other parts that were disappointing to me. Again, this isn't a spoiler, but the movie is set in New York. That made my expectations go through the roof. And I feel like they could have done a lot more with New York than what they did. There are some very New York things that happen. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like with that backdrop and the amount of people you have, there could have been so much more, in my opinion. Even though they did, I'm not saying it was a 0 usage, but it was more like a 5 usage. And you could have ramped it up and really went New York with it. So, you'll see some cool stuff. But I feel like my expectations were really high after I saw it was set in New York. And it didn't really land it. Nonetheless, still enjoyable. Out of 5 stars, it gets a 3. Good, but the first one to me was Chef's Kiss. They just keep remaking them, in my opinion. Anyway, it's already late. You know what it is? The SchratzSub is the biggest W to me at Wawa. Why wouldn't it be? I'm just biased. Most of the people I know tried it, liked it. Some people did say it was mid. I don't get how you say this is mid, but I still love y'all. We're always not going to have the same opinion. We're always not going to agree on everything. That's a part of it. We all got different taste buds. For me, when I give you my take on something, it's my take. It's not a bad take. It's just one that you don't agree with. And vice versa. You might like something that I literally can't stand. It happens all the time. There's no such thing as a bad opinion. That's why I try to describe tastes of things, because you might see and hear something I say like, oh, I wouldn't like that. And that's kind of what I'm going for, if that makes sense. But anyway, I gotta go. It's already mad late. The movie was well, we'll be back tomorrow. More content, man. I love y'all. The hand signs. They made it to YouTube.